Today on Cooking with the Line, we're making a simple and elegant dessert that takes just a few minutes to prep and can be made many days in advance. And it's all happening right now. Let's get started. The first step in this amazing recipe is to bloom the gelatin. And what that does is it hydrates the gelatin. It makes it so that the finished product isn't lumpy. It's actually very smooth and silky, and that's what we want. And the way to do that is to sprinkle the gelatin over the water and give it a quick little whisk. I like to use a chopstick until there's no more dry lumps in there. And then we just leave it alone. We're gonna let it be. It's gonna do everything it needs by itself, but it does take a full 5 minutes for this to fully hydrate or to bloom. Meantime, behind me in a saucepan, I've combined heavy whipping cream with honey, and I'm gonna put that over medium-low heat until it just barely comes to a simmer, and then we'll move on. The reason why I brought this to just barely a simmer is it needs to be hot enough to dissolve the gelatin. So this goes in right now, and make sure you get every last little bit out of there because your sweetener is in here also, that honey. There we go. Just put that to the side and then just sort of gently stir it. You'll see it kind of curl up, come to the top, and then eventually as you stir it, the gelatin will just dissolve into the solution. With the gelatin dissolved into solution, now we bring over the buttermilk. Now buttermilk has very low fat. I couldn't have brought it to a simmer because it would split. There's just not enough fat in here. But the cream does have enough fat. You want to just be gentle with it. You don't want to pour it in all at once. You actually want to temper this honey cream into the buttermilk. All right? Just take your time. I mean, this dessert is so wonderful, but it doesn't take a lot of active time, maybe 6-7 minutes. And one of the flavors that sort of heightens everything I have in this bowl thus far is just a little bit of vanilla extract, and that goes in now as well. Okay? And that's it. I mean, I wish there was more to do, but sometimes less is more. With all this all mixed in together, now you get to have fun. You get to choose what vessel or vehicle you want to serve this lovely dessert in. Well, is it like a tea sort of thing you guys are having? Well, how about this? Just grab yourself a little measuring cup or a ladle or what have you, and just fill it up probably halfway, and then that will go into the refrigerator for maybe 3, 4, as many as 5 hours. You can make it ahead of time, a couple days if you want, and it'll firm up beautifully. If you want something even smaller, I don't know, something like this, which has a beautiful background, you could serve this and then serve it with, say, fresh whipped cream or berries. Really, anything that would normally go with buttermilk and a little bit of honey would work beautifully with this dish. So what I'll do is I'll keep filling up these vessels and we'll put them all in the fridge and we'll wait 4 to 5 hours until it firms up really nicely. 4 hours have gone by and I know that they are perfectly set just by giving it a quick wobble. And it's really stiff. I know that it's all come together beautifully. Now's the time you just get to choose whichever one you want. This one I put some blackberries on, this one a little bit of cherry with some of the cherry juice, but I'm gonna just go plain. And by plain I mean dreamy because of all those wonderful flavors we put in there already. Just give this a shot. It's so silky. It is so smooth. It's got this wonderful like tanginess that comes from the buttermilk, but it's so creamy and it's very like understated. And that's what I like about this dish. The sweetness comes from not sugar, which is just sweet, but it actually comes from honey. I put a little orange blossom honey in here, so it's like a little bit of orange, some sweetness, some gentle tanginess from the buttermilk, and it's absolutely creamy delicious. You know, I can't think of any other desserts that take such a little effort except waiting a couple hours and you're good to go for at least a couple days in the fridge when your friends come over and enjoy this delicious dessert. What is that saying? It's delicious things come to those who wait. That's definitely it. Cheers.